Hello everyone, this is Vrishali and you are watching the Practicals of Power Electronics and Application series. So I hope you all have completed the pre-test of this practical, and today we are going to study the simulation of single phase AC voltage controller with the resistive load. So as we have studied in the theory video that this single phase AC voltage controller consists of two thyristors connected in anti-parallel way as it is shown over here. So this is a T1 first thyristor and this is a T2, that is the second thyristors. They are connected in anti-parallel way, and at the input side you can see over here this is a AC source, and at output side again you will, at load side you will get the AC output voltage. So we have seen the waveforms as well at the time of theory. So let us simulate the same thing in MATLAB. So take a new Simulink model, and from here library browser get the components which you need. So I'm taking first thyristors. So we need two thyristors, so add to your project or model. And the second one, after two thyristor, to trigger this I need two pulse generators, right? So search pulse generator over here and add two pulse generator to your model. After that we need AC source, so AC voltage source we need, so I'm adding it over here. And then at output side the RLC series branch, then we will convert it to single R, that is a purely resistive load. And we need scope to view the waveforms, to observe the waveforms, so I am adding scope as well. And then we need measurement block. So for voltage measurement we need this voltage measurement block. So one for input, one for output. I am taking two voltage measurement blocks. And after that finally power GUI. So now I think we have taken all the parameters which are required, so let us place them at a particular places. So one for one voltage measurement for input voltage, so I have placed it at input side, one for output. Then scope will be at output, the RLC branch, this also will be at output side, AC source at input. Then two pulse generator I am placing over here and two thyristors. So these are all the components which are required to simulate the single phase AC voltage controller. Now the anti-parallel pair of thyristors, so I am rotating it to 180 degree. Okay, and let us make the connection first. So as you can see in this diagram, the two thyristors are connected in such a way that the anode of one is connected to the cathode of another, and the cathode of one is connected to the anode of another. So here you can see the notations that A, K, these stands for anode and cathode. So I am connecting the anode of the first to cathode of second, and anode of second to cathode of first, in this way. Now we are going to connect this AC supply, one end to this thyristor pair and another end to your RLC branch. That means here it is only purely resistive. So let us rotate it and double click on that and make a branch type only a resistor. I am taking 100 ohm, suppose. Click on apply. So here you can see only resistor is there. Now let us connect. So as I have told, the first or the one terminal will be connected to this anti-parallel pair and another will be connected to your resistive load. Again this resistive load, the second terminal will be connected to this thyristor pair. So in this way we are done with this configuration, right? So this is your ES. So let us change it to AC supply, or you can say input voltage, and this is your R load, that is a purely resistive load. So whatever voltage across it you are going to measure, that will be your load voltage. So I am connecting this voltage measurement block across your load. So this will be your load voltage or supply voltage. Let us rename this block, and this is your source voltage, or you can say supply voltage, that is the input voltage. So connect this voltage measurement supply voltage block across this AC source. So you can observe your input voltage as well as output voltage, right? After that you need pulse generator to trigger this thyristor. So let us connect it to the gate terminal of this thyristor. So the first pulse generator I am connecting over here, and the second pulse generator for second thyristor. So let us rename it quickly. So this will be my T1, that is a thyristor 1. So pulse generator 1 will trigger the T1, and this will be my T2. So here I am renaming it as pulse generator 2. So in this way we are done with our connection. Power GUI is placed over here, and now we have to observe the waveforms on scope. Now how many terminals do I need? One for supply voltage, one for load voltage. Along with that, if I want to see at what point I have triggered this thyristors, so that's why I will connect pulse generators to scope as well. So I need 4 ports, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let us double click on that. If you have a new version of MATLAB, then you can just right click on that, and in signals and ports one more option will be there, that is number of ports. So click on that and you can change the number of input ports. But as I am using the older version, so for that you have to double click on that and then click on this parameters, and here you have to give number of axis. Now I need 4 ports, so I am giving it 4. Click on apply. Okay, so I will get 4 different waveforms in a single plot. So here you can see now our scope has a 4 input ports. So let us connect one by one. So first will be your supply voltage, right? Then the second will be your first pulse generator output. Third will be your second pulse generator output, and the last one is a load voltage. So in this way we have connected all the outputs, or you can say whatever waveforms we want to observe, that we have connected to the scope. So we are done with all the settings or configuration, or you can say this connections. We are done with that. Now let us double click on AC supply and change the frequency. In India it is a 50 Hz. Click on apply. Similarly, we have to trigger this thyristors with certain firing angle. So let us recall the theory part. So if you have observed these waveforms, the first thyristor is triggered at an angle alpha, and the next is triggered at an angle pi plus alpha. So whatever the alpha you will take, for the second thyristor you have to add pi, that is a 180 degree, right? And you will observe the waveforms like this. So let us go to the MATLAB again, and here I'll take amplitude of 10. Then here period, so in India it is a 50 Hz, so 1 upon T, that is 1 upon 50 will 1 upon F. T is equal to 1 upon F. The time is, or period is, a reciprocal of frequency. So 1 by 50 will be 0.02 in seconds. Then pulse width, let it keep as 5 only. And what will be your phase delay? Suppose my firing angle is 90 degree for first thyristor. So how to calculate phase delay? Alpha, that is your 90, into your period 0.02 divided by 360. So in this way I have given a phase delay of 90 degree. Click on apply and OK. Similarly for second thyristor, keep the amplitude same 10, period will be 0.02, pulse width 5, and here now 90 plus pi, that means you are triggering the second pulse transformer at an angle pi plus alpha. So 90 plus pi, that is 90 plus 180, how much it is? 270 into same 0.02 divided by 360. So that will be your second phase delay. So after pi plus alpha you have triggered this second thyristor. Now let us save this practical. I am giving the name as A4. Now we have saved it and click on run. To observe the waveforms you have to double click on scope. So in this way you will get the waveforms. Then click on auto scale. So if you click on auto scale you can see the waveforms. If you want to zoom it further, zoom your x-axis, because y-axis is quite visible. So to understand it properly I am zooming the x-axis. So can you see now? So see here, this is your first even now. This is not the start of this waveform because I have zoomed it and I clicked in between somewhere. So if you see during the positive half cycle, the first thyristor is triggered at this. So whenever you will trigger, you will get the supply voltage at output. This is a input waveform, this is your output waveform, and whenever the second pulse has been triggered during the negative half cycle, so again you will get the output at your A. So this is how your single phase AC regulator with the resistive load works. So can you relate it with the theory? See, T1 has been triggered, so you are getting load voltage. Then after pi plus alpha, the second pulse has been triggered, that is T2 has been triggered, and you are getting the load voltage at negative side. So the same waveforms we have got, and in this way we are done with the simulation of your single phase AC voltage regulator. Thank you.